Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar. So we'll be waiting just for 1 or 2 minutes and then we can start.
Hi everyone.
Hi,
Mark. Hi, Shambhavi, Mark, and Shane.
Hello.
Hi. Alors, we need to wait. Hi everyone. Alors, normally there will be like 17 people coming. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need to wait maybe like 2 minutes. Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming, for joining. Alors. Okay, we have Matthew. Let's see everyone. Alors, Arina.
Good morning.
Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Arina. Hi, everyone. As I said, there are like 17 attendees today. So they didn't come, like we need to wait maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, PM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hi, Arina. Okay. And okay, at 12:05 we can start. Okay, 2 minutes. So
Yes.
thank you everyone for joining, and it will be a very interesting webinar today. Check this. So it's mostly about the tax season. It will start today. It starts today, 10th of April. So I hope that this webinar will be very helpful for you to understand the tax system here. Alors, I see some people are joining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, in 1 minute we will start. Okay, I will share my screen also. It's better that I share here my screen. Présentation. Okay. Okay. Présenter. Okay.
I guess we can start.
Sorry, we am?
Yes, we can start.
We can start. Okay. So I'm just testing my screen, so it's fine. Alors.
So, hello and welcome everyone to this amazing webinar. So my name is Wiem and I'm very pleased to be your moderator today for this webinar on behalf of ESCEC International with our speaker, Mrs. Fatin Amamu. So whether you are an expat, a freelancer, or a business owner, or simply someone who wants to know more about taxes in France, so this webinar is designed to help you feel more confident and well-informed to prepare you for your 2025 tax return. So this webinar is presented by ESCEC International. If you can fit and share your screen, because I don't see it.
Yes, just 1 second. Alors.
So, as I said, this webinar is presented by ESCEC International, which is a Paris-based firm. We provide services in taxation, in legal, in accountancy, etc. We help actually entrepreneurs to lever their business strategies. And yes, so thank you everyone for joining us for this webinar. So we will be having around 35 to 40 minutes presentation, then followed up by 15 minutes Q&A. And just feel free to use the chat to drop out your questions or to just say where are you joining us. And now let's get started. I'm happy to pass the mic to our speaker.
Thank you, and thank you for the introduction. Thank you everyone for coming today to this webinar about the tax return for the year 24. I'm Fatima Mamou. I'm the founder of ESCEC International, which is a chartered accountancy and a tax expert firm. You'll see you can visit our website to see more about our services. We help businesses and individuals businesses to fulfill all the obligations about bookkeeping, tax returns, etc., and also individuals and households to also fulfill the obligation about submitting tax returns, which is our theme today. Okay, so myself, I'm chartered accountant and tax expert. I'm registered at the Ordre des Experts Comptables de Paris-Île-de-France. And I have over 20 years experience in this field. Okay, so without wasting time, I will start right away the subject today. So as explained by VM, I will be presenting the theme today around 40, maybe to 45 minutes maximum. And then we will give you like 15 minutes Q&A. And then, of course, you can contact me later via, we have like 15 minutes call. You can book your session with me. And this I will explain to you at the end of this webinar. Okay, so today the agenda, I will try to cover the maximum, of course. I will explain to you what is the tax season in France. And then I will explain about who must file a tax return in France. So I'll explain about tax residency in France. And then the key deadlines for 25 tax filing. So just for your information today, the tax season started in France the 10th of April. So this is very exciting. and then the fourth point, I will explain to you what would happen if you miss the deadline or you don't file at all your French tax return. Okay. And then I will explain also how to file your tax return if it's your first time filing, or maybe you have already your tax account. Okay. And at the end, I will explain what are the mistakes that you need to avoid in filing your tax return and what happened after submitting your tax return. Okay, so there will be like 7 points. I will try to cover the maximum, of course, during this 45 minutes. And then we will have the opportunity, I will have the opportunity to answer your questions. Okay. So I think you can read the chats because I cannot read. So I will try to explain as much as possible, and then we will have like time maybe to take some questions even during the presentation. Okay. Alors, what is the tax season in France? Alors, the tax season, it's like a period where we have like in France, like it starts from April and finish in June, beginning of June of every year. And it covers the revenue of the previous year. So for the tax season 25, we need to declare the revenue of the year 24. So in France, the revenue, our fiscal year or financial year, it's from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. And like maybe the UK, the tax period, it's from April to April. No, in France, it's from January to December. So for the tax season 25, it covers from the first, all the revenue from the 1st of January 24 until the 31st of December 24. And this is, and then we have to submit an annual, it's an annual declaration required for all residents in France, even non-French, even foreigners. Okay, and as I said at the beginning, it starts today for the year 24. The tax is open. The tax season is open today, the 10th of April, and it will be closed depending on the department and the regions in France. The latest date, it's the 5th of June 25. Okay, so this is the first point. So who must file a tax return? Okay, if you are French tax resident, it means if you are French by nationality, or if you have a carte de séjour, like a long-term carte de séjour, not tourist, of course. And if, about French tax residency, I need to make it very clear here because I know that there is some maybe issues to understand this criteria. Here in France, we consider someone as French tax resident if he check one of the three criteria that I will explain to you. The first criteria, if your main house or your main home is in France. For example, if you have like a house or apartment in France, and at the same time you are, for example, American, and you have your house in the US, here we check where you stayed more than 183 days. If you stayed more than 183 days in France, then you are French tax resident. Then the French address is considered as your main home. This is the first criteria. The second criteria to check if you are really French tax resident, where is your economic interest? Where is your in which country you have your resources? Okay, so if, let's say, I take my example, if you have a job here in France, and at the same time you have maybe business in the US, so here we check where are the main resources, like let's say more than 50% of your resources are in France or in the US. If it's in France, because you depend financially to these resources, then you are French tax resident, which is the second criteria. It's called the economic interest. Okay. The third criteria, where is your family, like direct dependency? So, for example, if you are married, if you have children, and your children and your spouse are in France, even if you travel a lot, outside France, but your immediate family, like your spouse, your children, live in France, and if, for example, your children attend French school, then you are tax resident, even if you stay outside France more than 183 days. So there are three criteria, which is very important to understand. If you stay more than 183 days, or if your main resources are in France, or if your family direct dependency are in France. If you check one of them, not three of them, one of them, then you are French tax resident. This is very important, okay? Then, who also needs to file the tax return? Someone who earn income in France. So even if you are not French tax resident, by the way, this is the fourth one. So if you earn a French income, of course, you have to submit your tax return. If you have business and freelance activity like micro entreprise, you have your CESU, you have your company here in France, or even rental income for your secondary home, for an apartment that you have here in France, then yes, you have to submit your French tax return. And even like for these two, even if you are not resident in France, but you have French revenue, you are non-resident, you have to submit your tax return in France because you have French revenue, okay? So just to make it simple and summarize, if you are French tax resident, as I explained the three criteria, even if you are not resident in France, but you have French revenue, for example, you have an apartment, you rented Airbnb here in Paris, okay? Or you have a business or here in France, but you live outside France, then even if you are classified as non-resident, you have to submit your tax return in France as non-resident just to declare this French revenue and pay tax on it. This is very important. Even in the tax authorities, they have a department for non-resident, by the way. Okay, there is department for resident and special department for non-resident in France. Okay, I think so. I try to make it simple, and I hope it's clear. We can take later maybe the questions. Alors, here are the deadlines because it's very, very important. You are lucky because you are here in the webinar, so you will know exactly the deadlines. Alors, the portals, the online portals in the website of the tax authorities opens today, 10th of April. So it's open normally. I didn't check yet, but I'll check after this webinar. Normally it's open. And then if it's your first time to submit your tax return, for example, you came here in France and in 24, and this is your first time to submit your tax return, then you cannot do it online. So you have to submit a paper, and then the paper to return the tax forms. You have the deadline. It's the 21st of May, 2025. So for everyone, it's open today. You can start filing your tax returns today, online or paper. If it's your first time to submit your tax return, it needs to be paper, okay? Now, the deadlines for the other, depending on the department. So if you live, we say zone 1, if you live in the departments that start with 1 and until 19, and you are not a resident because you have French revenue, you need to submit your tax return, then the deadline to submit your tax return, if you live in this department or you are non-resident, it's the 22nd of May. If you live in the Zone 2 department from 20 to 54, it's end of May, 28th of May. If you live in starting from department 55 to 976, which is Guadeloupe, etc., then it's the 5th of June. So if you are in Paris, 75 here. If you are in, I don't know, 92, 93, 92, 93, then until 976, then you have the deadline, the 5th of June, 2025. So you can take this like this, take pictures, or we can send you later this presentation if you want, okay? So this is important. Alors. Now, this is not very, positive, but you have to know this information. What happens if you miss the deadlines or you don't file at all your tax return because you say, okay, all my revenue are in the US and no, I'm resident yes in France, but I don't have to file my tax returns, which is not true, of course, because you are resident here, you need to complete and file your tax return in France, even if you have zero French revenue. So what happens if you miss the deadline or you don't file at all? Alors, if you file late, let's say starting from, let's say you file 24, you start in July 25, then you may have, based on the law, of course, 10%, okay? Sorry. Alors, 10% penalties, okay? Then if the tax authorities find out that you didn't file, they will send you a formal notice to your home address, and then they will charge you 20% on the tax that you would to pay. If they decide maybe to make a tax audit and they found out that you didn't at all submit your tax return, then here, because there is a tax audit, like they came and check your situation, tax situation, then here it will be 40% plus pénalité de retard, we say, like late penalties of 0.2% per month, okay? And then if you don't file at all, this is also 40%, especially if there is any tax, the same like tax audit. Okay, so financially it's heavy. Okay, and it's better that even as I explained to you, even that you don't have any French revenue and you are resident here, you need to file to avoid all this. Okay. Okay. Something else, because when you file your tax return, also with the forms that I will explain later about the forms of tax returns that you have to submit, you have also to declare all your foreign bank accounts, all the bank accounts that you have outside France. You need to put it in a form called 3916 here and submit it with the forms of the tax returns. This is very, very important. And in the US also, they have this obligation, and other countries in Europe. So For French resident, you have to declare all your foreign bank accounts, even inactive. So you say, oh, it's inactive, I don't use it. No, you have to declare it. Here, what I advise is if really you don't use your tax return, your bank account, just close it. Then you will avoid it each year, every year to declare the same inactive foreign bank accounts, okay? Even online accounts in online platforms like Wise, Revolut, N26, etc. You have also to declare. And then here, if there is failure to file these forms, you don't declare. The penalties also are heavy. It's 1,500 per penalties per non-declared on unreported accounts, and it can go until 10,000. So it's very serious. So here you need to make this very don't miss this point. And then what you have to declare in this form, you don't have to declare how much you have. This is confidential. This is confidential. You don't declare. You just need to declare. The account number, the name of the bank, the address of the bank, if it's cash, if it's saving. So all this, it will be in the form. You will see everything in the form 3916, what you have to declare. Okay. So here I will make like small pause just to check if someone have, if you have any question before. Yes.
So for the moment, we don't have questions in the chat, or I see Thomas is writing and someone
so
else.
if there is,
yes, we will have questions.
We have some questions.
We will be having questions written by
later.
Thomas.
Okay, so I will move forward.
Yes.
So don't feel free to.
We do have a question, Faten.
Sorry, OEM.
Yes, we do have a question from Arina.
Okay.
So she said, what about an account that is for retirement savings in a different country? For example, a 401k or Roth ERA in the USA.
Yeah, you have to declare everything. You have, I'm reading. You have to declare everything, Arina. Don't take the risk. Okay. Saving, retirement. Alors, there is something else also. If you have like assurance vie, life insurance outside France, you have to declare it as well. This I didn't put it in the slide, but it's very important. It's like foreign bank account. If you have life insurance outside France, you have to declare it as well. Is there a grace period for declaring foreign accounts? No. Yeah, it's better. I mean, if you did not declare it for 2 years, but declare it now, it's fine. Okay. I prefer you declare it as soon as you know than non-declare it at all. And then in the worst case, if they tell you why you didn't declare, you can discuss this and even waive the penalties. This is what we do usually with our clients that they don't know about this obligation when we take over the file, of course. We immediately declare the foreign bank accounts and everything. And then if the tax agent want to put like some penalties, then we discuss with them, to waive all the penalties. It's very important. But just when you come spontaneously, it's much better than a tax audit because they will be more flexible to waive the penalties because you didn't know the system. What about an investment pension fund, health overseas? Anything in the bank accounts, and you have to declare. Mark. Hi, Mark. Mark is our client as well. Okay. So it's better. Yeah, hi. It's better that for our clients who are joining us, of course, you can send me any emails and we can have a call also, Mark. Okay. So I think we need, because there are many slides, if you saw, so I will move forward, VM, and then maybe we can take other questions later. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just one question for everyone. Is it clear for now? The information is okay. VM for you is clear. Okay. Alors, just I want to go like présenter. Parfait. Okay, so here is, I explained this bank account. Okay, now how to file your tax return. Okay, if it's not your first year, and you have already an online tax account, which is an impot.gouv.fr, which is the official website of the tax authorities in France, then you already received your avis d'imposition with your fiscal number. Then you can create your tax account, and then you log in there, and then you can do everything online. Okay, so this is the basis. Everything, it needs to be done online if it's not your first tax return. You cannot, the second year, the third year, you cannot submit paper or PDF to the tax authorities. It needs to be, you need to set up your tax account, and then you send everything online. And then, of course, before, like from today, maybe you can start to gather all your documents: income, pension, rental income, bank statements for the foreign bank account. Here, it's very important. I need to explain this point for everyone, because I know that most of you have like maybe revenue outside France. Here, it's better that you submit first. For example, if you are a US resident, US national or UK or British, it's first better that, and you have revenue there outside France. First, you have to declare your revenue there in the US, let's say, and then submit your US tax return. Even prepare a draft of US tax return, and this you can send into your tax expert who knows how to complete, the French tax form. This is part of the documents. For example, for us, when we work with our US clients, we request first when they have US revenue, like rental, dividends, anything outside France in the US. I request personally that they submit the US tax return first, okay? And then even they give me the draft of the US tax return, and then because I need to check what type of revenue they had in the US, okay? And then all the bank details, as explained for the foreign bank account, you don't have to submit how much you have. You just need the details that we will need. For example, for us, the account number, saving cash, the date of opening. It's very, very important. The date of opening of the bank account, and if it's joined, for example, with your spouse or not. Okay, so you try to gather all the documents for the documents for revenue outside France. For revenue in France, for example, if you have micro entreprise, you just you go to your website of micro entrepreneur, entrepreneur.ursaf.fr, and then you will download all the déclaration de chiffre d'affaires, income statements there. If you took like salary from your French company, let's say, then, for example, for us, we request all the pay slips. Okay, so all the documents, official documents that prove your French and non-French revenue. Try to gather the maximum. Okay. And then when you log in into impot.gouv.fr, the steps are simple. So you just follow online a process there. Okay. This is for, alors, then, sorry, what's that? Okay. Then I think you see my screen, sorry. Okay. This is just to show you how it looks the website of the official website of the authorities in France. So here you have the link, and here you have two buttons, one blue and one red. The blue, here you need to click here. This is for your companies. This is for businesses. So for the individual and household tax return, you just need to click here. And then if you didn't set up a tax account, you just take your fiscal number from the avis d'imposition and put it here, numéro fiscal, and then you click continuer, and then you create your password, etc., to set up a tax account. Okay. If you have already your login, so you just easily put your account here, and then the login, the password, and then it should be fine. Okay. Now, I want to go here. Yes. Alors, here is very important because it's about the forms that you have to complete. Okay. I will make it like simple, the maximum possible. We have in France 5 forms known for the tax returns. We have the 2042, which is the standard income declaration. Here in this, I will show you this maybe quickly here. I think I have it. This I took for 23 because the forms of 24 is not ready, okay, online. This is the form 042. This is like where we can, here I show only the first page. Okay, there are many pages, but I show you just the first page just to make, to know how it looks like. So here it's written 042 here, okay? And then here you put, you indicate like general information about you, your spouse, the address, etc. And then there are other pages about your children. And in this 2042, you have to declare the general revenue, okay? Like salary, pension, if you are a manager in SRL, also your wage as manager. So here it's like general form, okay? Here, the second form is 2042C Pro. This is here also, it's called here, it's déclaration complémentaire. This, you will put all the business, all the revenue from your businesses. So, for example, if you have micro entreprise, it will be here, okay? If you have BNC, not micro, like entrepreneur individual, it will be this form. If you have like a location meublée non professionnelle, like a rental, but as Airbnb, so you need to register it under BIC, bénéfice industriel commercial, it's here. So all like revenue from special businesses, especially for entrepreneur and micro entreprise, it's this form, okay? So this is general, and this is more specific for revenue from some businesses. And we have the other form. This is form, it's very known also, 2044. You can see it here as well. This is for all the rental revenue. So if you have like an apartment and you rent it out here in France or outside France, by the way, even here for all the forms that I'm showing to you, you need to put all the revenue, worldwide revenue, French and non-French, all the revenue that you have. It's very important that this information. Here in all on the forms that I'm presenting to you, this and this and this, you have to put the worldwide revenue, because as tax resident, what are the consequences? As tax resident, you have to declare the worldwide revenue. It means French and non-French, and you declare it here in these forms, 3 forms, okay? So I will show you. So this general, this more specific for business in France, outside France, and this for the rental. If you have apartment in the US, New York, California, Paris, Nice, you know, any place in the world, you have to put all the rental revenue here, okay? So you will put the address, you will put how much the gross rental, you put all the expenses of the rental here in this form. Now, this is very important. So in the blue forms that I explained to you, here you put all the 3 forms, you put all the revenue, French and non-French, in the right boxes. I didn't go through details because there are many pages for each form, but there are pages for foreign revenue. So you need to put the revenue of the rental in the box foreign revenue. And then France has signed agreement of non-double taxation with 99% of the countries of the world. So this agreement says, just to make it very simple, when a foreign revenue is taxed in one country, it won't be taxed in France, because France has signed it with this country an agreement of non-double taxation. Okay, so if it's, for example, if you have your rental here taxed in the US, you have to put it here, but then you have to complete the 2047, which is for agreement of non-double taxation, to waive the double taxation. Okay, so if you have foreign revenue, you need to use this 2047, this brown page, brown form, to cancel or waive all the double taxation that can happen in these blue forms. Okay, because in these blue forms you declare French and non-French. Okay, so here I know maybe it's a little complex, but even here it's very complex. Here, if you have really foreign revenue like the US, like dividends, salary, pension, rental, interest, capital gain, anything, you declare it in the blue form. here I prefer you work really with a tax expert, because it's very technical. For example, for us, we know the agreement of non-double taxation, like we are expert in international taxation, and we know how to complete the blue form and how to complete the brown form. So it's very important. If you want to do it yourself, I really encourage you not to do it alone. Just take an appointment with a tax agent of your place and do it with a tax agent. And even with a tax agent, when you go for a meeting, request a tax agent expert in international taxation, because even in the administration, French administration, they are not all expert in international taxation. So just my point is to be very careful on this when you complete these forms, when you have foreign revenue. Okay, because we saw many examples where they didn't submit correctly the 2047, and they were many people were double taxed. Okay, so we had to adjust the situation, and it was a big work. Alors, just to move forward. So this is the 3916. This is for the bank accounts outside France. It's not one page, also it's 4 pages. Just put the first one just to see how it looks like. So you can see the number here, 3916, and here you will put your name. You put everything, like if you have even a business, you put it here. And then in the other pages, you will put if it's checking, saving, account number, all that stuff. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And then, okay. And then for this blue forms, mainly what you have to declare. So you need to declare, as explained at the beginning, you need to declare everything. The worldwide revenue, employment income, your salary in France, outside France, your pension inside, outside France, your sole proprietorship, if you are sole proprietor, if you have a sole proprietorship or S Corp or whatever, and you have, C Corp, or you have like salary from your American company, you put you declare it here also. If you have also salary in from your French company, you put it here. Self-employed, if you have the equivalent of auto-entrepreneur, or if you are like maybe freelance also in another country, you put it here. If you have rental income in France and outside France, same. Capital gain, same. Even if you sold your house, like in the US, if you have a house and you sold it, there is a gain, you have to declare it also. Anything, the worldwide revenue, okay? So the foreign revenue here, all this foreign revenue, French and non-French, you have to declare it here, okay? Yes, you have to declare all revenue, and also in French tax system, we have also some deduction and tax reduction, by the way. So here I just wanted to show you some of them. So if you have like, if you use like cleaning agency, okay, or agency for childcare or for gardening, like for anything for home services, you take their bills, and then there is a credit tax of 50% of those bills. Okay, so for example, if during the year you paid 1,000 euros for cleaning, for childcare, for gardening, there is minus 500 euros in your tax bill. Okay. Here also, if you have, if you donate to a French, I insist, French non-profit organization, association, and this non-profit organization give you a receipt, then this is deductible as well. I think 67% is deductible. Okay. And here, the work-related expense, this is also important. If in your house you make big work, but not any type of work, like work for the, we say, transition énergétique, or to enhance the performance of your house, to consume less energy, and you are to make it more ecologic. Okay, there are standards for that. If you make this type of work, then you have tax reduction for that. Okay, so this may be in another webinar, we can go further for this, but it's not any type of work. It's not like, for example, if you change the roof, if you change the windows, normal windows, if you know, no, this is not deductible. But if you make some work that that help you to make the transition for to gain more performance énergétique, we say more energetic performance, then yes, you can benefit of some tax reduction from this, but there are some conditions. You need to work with a provider or like the fournisseur they have like a label called RGE. Okay, so this maybe it's a little technical, but maybe this we can do it like a different webinar if this interests you. So just to make it simple, here you have to declare all the income worldwide, and here you have some tax reduction that reduce your taxation in France. Okay. Okay, this is now it's a little technical, but I want to show you quickly. So when you declare all your revenue and you put in the right boxes for non-double taxation for the foreign revenue, you have at the end something called a taxable income, like for the household, for you, for your spouse, you have total taxable income. And then the system will put this taxable income to calculate how much tax you pay. So there are some brackets here, limits, okay? And then it's progressive. It means that if you have, let's say, your taxable income is 70,000 euros, okay? So we take the first 11,497, there is no tax. And then the difference between these two, 29K and 11K, we multiply by 11%. And your 70K is actually in this bracket. So we take 70K minus 29K, and then we multiply by 30%, okay? It's not the 70K totally, 70%. It's the balance at the end is progressive that you will multiply by 11, part of it, and the last part, 30%. So the point here that you don't put all the income in one bracket. It's progressive. So it will be less tax, of course. Okay. Okay. So this is, it will be like automatic calculation. You don't have to do it manually, of course. Okay. And this is how it works. This is, by the way, this is the updated table. Okay. 25. Alors, yeah, this is, okay, this is also this bracket supplies per part par fiscal tax share. So here we have like system in France, we have for each one in the household. Alors, in France, something very important I need maybe to mention, which is not very familiar with maybe US or UK. When you are married or paxed, you have to submit the tax return jointly. You cannot submit separately, okay? Only the first year of marriage, you can decide to do it separately, but the second year, it's an obligation in France to do it. It's one tax return. And then as a couple, you will have 2 shares in this household. So, okay. So this extra, like when you were single, it's 1 share, but when you get married, it's 2 shares. The second share will help you reduce, let's say, the taxation. Okay, it's a calculation that we make it to reduce the taxable income when there is an extra share. Of course, when you have children, this will add other shares. Okay, so here the system in France, family with many children, they have more shares than family maybe with 1 child, and they would pay, the tax rate will be less than the family with 1 child. The couple, the tax rate will be less than a single. Okay, this is how it works. But here the idea is that first there are shares, and also it's progressive taxation as explained to you here, like in the table. Okay, I know it's okay, so until now, I don't know, until now, is it clear or missing something?
We do
Sorry,
have 4 questions. We do have,
okay.
We do have questions and someone who raised his hand.
Okay.
So the first question started from Arina. I don't know if you can see it, or should I?
Yeah, I'm checking because we will be having another. This is VM. You have reached recording limit.
She said, I opened a revolt account?
Yeah, I opened a Revolut account. Okay. Because I have this. How much time we have?
We do have 15 minutes.
Okay. I opened a Revolut account when I moved to France, and it was initially in Lithuania IBAN because I think Revolut had an official establishment account was transferred to FR IBAN shortly after. Same accounts user, just different IBAN. Yeah, if it's no here, if it's yeah, I know about this. Like there is difference, but if it was like in 24, it was with the not FR, not French IBAN, you have to declare it. Okay, in 25, if it became French, you don't have to declare it because it's recognized by the system here. They will find out about it. Okay, there's a young adult needs to file. My American daughter has lived in France for 14 years. She turned 18, so I wonder if she. Yeah, alors, 18, normally she's independent. She needs to file her own tax return. Only there's option also that you can add her personne à charge in your household tax return. So normally 18, she needs to declare like independently, okay? She's a student, doesn't have any income. Yeah, it's better that even without any income that she will declare just to be in the tax system and have her tax system number. Alors, I have a charger, I'm sorry. Just 1 second, I will take off my VM, can you take off just my camera just for a while, please? You can do it or no?
Just a second.
Because I need to. Okay, sorry everyone.
If you can just close it.
Alors, I think it's fine. Okay, it's fine. My charger function. Okay. By work-related expenses mean home improvement as opposed to home. Yes, it's home improvement, but only for energetic transition, not home improvement for other improvement. Okay, so here you can check even the tax in the tax website. You will have all the category of home improvement for transition énergétique. Okay, not office, not business expense. Ladies, you need to use home improvement for that slide. Could explain la régime d'impatriation. Yes, it's very, alors, it's a very, very important subject, this régime d'impatriation, really very important. Alors here in France, we have something called the régime d'impatriation. When, for example, you are in, you came just recently in France to join a French company. This French company invited you or told you to join le régime d'impatriation. This it's you have, just to make it very simple, because I think it's good also maybe we have a webinar in that, because many expats they are under this regime and there are conditions on that. But the idea is if you fulfill all the conditions of régime d'impatriation, you can 30% of your salary is exempt from tax in France. But there are conditions. Conditions first, you need to not be resident before your work contract here in France for 5 years. Your work contract needs to state clearly that you benefit of a régime d'impatriation. Plus, you need to have a certificate from your employer certifying again that you benefit of a régime d'impatriation. There are other conditions, like for example, you need to have the same salary as anyone in your position here in France. So this is it's a little particular, but it's very beneficial because if you fulfill all the conditions, you can have like 30% exception from your salary. Okay? And then you put, and the calculation also is very tricky, by the way, the 1GY, you need to, it's very tricky how you'll calculate. It's better that you do it with a tax expert, San, or with the tax agent specialized in that. Okay, how you calculate the 1GY, or maybe the HR of your work can help you also. They give you a certificate where you put 1AF, 1GI, how much you put in each box. Alors, could you please show the tax bracket again so we can allow the tax? I will send you, by the way, where is the tax bracket? It's here. Can you see it? Okay.
Yes, I would like to say that we will send you keynotes or the presentation by email, so expect to receive it after the webinar.
Yeah. I think we can send also the recording.
Yes.
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 And the file, the presentation. Which currency do you declare foreign income in? French, euro. I mean, European currency, the euro. So here, what you need to do, you take your, let's say your salary is in dollars. You take the 30, you take the tax rate of the 31st of December 24, and you multiply it with the you know, you converted on the rate of the 31st of December 24. Okay, so it's in euro. To answer your if you are a joint property owner, do you declare 100% of the rental income or divide it? The rental, the 2044, is for the household. It's for 100%. Okay, we don't divide. It's 100%. It's one tax return even for 2044, the rental form. Okay. Do trainings like French class receive tax deduction? Yes, it's a good question. Normally, yes, but if you do it like in your business will have tax reduction. Okay, tax deduction. This is like if you have, like, for example, your company, your SASU, etc., and you follow some trainings there to you know, for your management skill or for your French, because you want to have like some French clients, then there is tax deduction for that. Personally, I think so. Some years ago, I think so. Maybe we need to check. Company. Energy transition, yes, Matthew, yes. Does an account on investment platforms such as crypto? Yes, yes, also. And this is even a special form. I didn't put it in the slide, but yes, it's even a recent obligation, by the way. I had a student internship in France. From my understanding, this income is exempt in France because it's under a limit. Do I declare this income at all? Or in anything that you have in France, you have to declare it, but there is a special box for some exemption. And I advise you that you put a note about that when you submit your tax return. This is for Ariana, okay? Anything. Because this internship, like this wage, let's say, okay, it's paid by your employer in France and it's already declared, okay? There is the exemption, yes, but you have to declare it in some special boxes. No, try to put the maximum. If you have any doubt, and then you are not sure if it's exempt, always add a note in your tax forms, and then you can check, okay, with a tax agent, or of course, if you work with a tax expert, they will know how to handle this. Okay. Alors, we can. I need to move forward, I think.
We still have 5 minutes. If we can move quickly, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Quickly. Alors, the common mistakes to avoid: forgetting to declare foreign bank accounts. This is what I explained to you. Alors, here you have to declare in all type of revenue. Okay. You need to declare not the gross income, but the net taxable income. For example, for your salary in your payslip of December, which will have the total of your salary of the year, you will have cumul total taxable salary. This you have to declare, not the brut, not the gross, not the net à payer, the taxable net salary. This is very important. Also, very important, when you have any change of personal situation, you have to declare it. Like, for example, in 24, you got married. Now, when you go to your tax account online, you have to declare, okay? If you changed the home, moved from different home, you have to declare. If you moved outside France, like you became non-resident, you have to declare. If you have a new child, you have to declare. So this is, you need to update your personal information. It's very, very important. If you don't update, you need to adjust. So you need to do it paper. It's a headache, okay? Alors, what happens, very important, what happens after filing the tax return? So we have until June for Paris, let's say 5th of June, you need to submit. And then the tax authorities will receive all the tax returns, paper or online paper if it's the first year. They will receive it, they will work on it, okay? And then starting from July until September, you will receive your tax bill. It's called avis d'impôt or avis d'imposition, a tax bill. And then if it's your first time you submit your tax return, this is in your tax bill, you will have your fiscal number. Then, only then you will have your fiscal number, not before, okay? So in this tax bill, they will put all the information that you have declared. And then if there is any tax to pay, they will put it as well, okay? And then they will adjust based on the taxable income that you have declared. They will adjust the tax rate. So maybe your tax rate of last year is not the same because there is change of your revenue. Okay, let's say tax year of 23 is 10%, but 24 maybe it's 15% because maybe you have other revenue. So there will be like update of the tax rate based on your taxable income. Okay, and then which is very, very good here. For example, when you receive your avis d'imposition and then you find out that maybe you made a mistake or error, and you forgot to maybe also declare a revenue, like maybe your foreign revenue, you didn't know that you have to declare it. Then you have this very amazing opportunity. The tax authorities open again the online account in September. They keep it open until December to adjust your situation. They give you a chance, okay? And usually they don't even charge any extra like penalties or something because you missed to set up something, to declare something. So it's a good opportunity. If you miss the deadline of June, you have September until December to adjust and even to declare, okay? Just here, if you declare in September, yes, they would charge you some penalties, but as explained at the beginning, if you came spontaneously, you can easily discuss with them to waive the penalty of 10%. Okay, so just keep these dates. You have June as first date to deadline, June or end of May to file and send your tax return. You will wait July, September, your tax bill. You check your tax bill September. If you find out that you missed something or you made an error, you have this opportunity to adjust online. It's called rectification, okay? And this, it's open until end of this year. Alors, for the first time, you submit for the first time, let's say you came to France in 24, it's better and you have like US revenue as explained to foreign revenue, plus French or even if you don't have French revenue, you will do it online, okay? And here it's better that you really contact a tax expert that are expert in this international taxation. If you have, let's say, complex situation, if you have foreign revenue, but if you have only maybe French revenue like salary, it would be easier. You can go to the tax agent, or if you understand French, you can do it alone, okay? If you have only one revenue like salary. And then try to do it as soon as possible. Don't wait until the deadline, because if you will work with a tax expert, for example, for us, we are extremely busy until July even, okay? And we start to get again busy in September when the online portal opens again. So try to find a good tax expert or someone who is really expert to help you file your first tax return in France, okay? Alors, where to get the help? Alors, the impôt.gouv, they have like a phone. You can there are some numbers you can call them, the hotline. You can set up a physical meeting with the local tax office of your place. So you Google in the department where you are or your address, and then check where is your tax agency in that place, and then you can have a physical. You can set up an appointment, physical meeting with them. And you can go there if you have some questions or you want to complete your tax returns with them, or you work with a tax expert or a certified accountant. We do it. We have a special department for that. And for example, if there are webinars like that, or like but from trusted entities, not amateur, because it's a very sensitive subject. Try to participate. Okay. For us, for example, we still have some availability for the 24 year, like for the season 25. If you are interested, I have in my website, you can select like 15 minutes free call with me. You can go to my calendar and check for a call with me, and then I would be happy to understand more your situation, to guide you within the 15 minutes, and even to send you an offer later if you want to work with us. Okay, so we still have some availability. Soon it will be closed because nearly we are full now. Okay, we started to receive requests from February, by the way. So here it's fine. I think we can take like for 5 minutes some Q&A.
Yes.
VM. What do you think? Yeah.
Yes, we do have a question from Veronica and someone who raised his hand later.
Okay. Arena, I had student thesis. Alors, Veronica, I think we had a call, or we will have a call, I think. Your name is Veronica Ferrara, I think her name. Is the net taxable income for auto-entreprise after the URSA tax that we already paid? No. Alors, when you have an auto-entreprise, or like an auto-entreprise is equal to micro. You go, there are two options, Veronica, maybe we will have the call, I'll explain to you better, longer. If you opted, when you set up your micro-entreprise and you opted to pay advance on tax with the social charges, social contribution, it's called prélèvement libératoire. If you have this option, then you need to declare the total income. Because as micro-entreprise, you cannot deduct any expense. So the taxable income for the micro-entrepreneur is equal to the gross income. You don't deduct anything. And then if you opted for prélèvement libératoire, it means you already paid advances on tax during the year. There is a special box for that. It's called micro in 2042 Pro that I showed in one of my slides. There is a special box for micro-entreprise, a micro-entrepreneur who opted for prélèvement libératoire. If not, there is another box. It's called régime spécial in the same form, another box. And then as well, you put the gross income. As micro-entrepreneur, you always put gross income. Okay, but entrepreneur individual, not micro, in the micro regime, you put the net you put the net income because you can deduct expenses. But micro-entreprise, no, only gross income. Okay. Alors, thank you. Yeah, Veronica, yes. With pleasure, Veronica. I think I will explain you better. Matthew, I sent a question on registration regarding home and other expenses incurred in the course of work as a vacataire in combination with the CDE, principal employer contract. If I'm not received of standard employer loans and I'm auto-entrepreneur. Wow, Matthew, we need to have maybe a call because your case, you have vacataire, CDE, and micro auto-entrepreneur. What else do I need to have to make my own claim as individual?
Fatin, you are unmuted. You are muted, actually. So we will wait just a little bit for her.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think something happened. So if you can hear me, we can continue. I have 5 minutes, I think, correct?
Yes.
You can hear me, but you cannot see me, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sorry for that. I don't know what's happened. But how much we have, maybe?
We can have 5 minutes, and we do have someone who wants to talk, I guess. So if you want,
you can see me now.
Yes, we can see you. Okay.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
So I have someone who raised his hand. I will try to unmute him.
Okay.
Yes, you can talk, Mr. K. I don't know if you can hear us.
We cannot hear you. The name, I cannot see the name. I'm sorry.
It's K.
Okay, or he can write. Shirley.
Okay.
Hi, Shirley. How are you? I see
We
some
have
of my colleagues.
you and Shirley. Yes, you can
Yes.
unmute yourself.
I think you need to unmute yourself to be able to talk. Or also Matthew. Everyone raised their hands here. Matthew, feel free to maybe
Does that work?
Yeah, Shirley,
Yes,
I can hear you.
Thank you. My mic has been enabled. Thank you so much, Fatin, for this wonderful webinar. It's so wonderful
Pleasure.
to see you and generous. Thank you. Very great
Yeah.
session. Fantastic.
Mhm.
There's just one question I have about the declaration of foreign bank accounts. What are the implications if we do declare it? What is their interest in knowing?
This is Shirley. This is like let's say a banking obligation. It's in all Europe, and even in the US they have the same obligation. They want to know all the bank accounts outside France. The reason I think is to avoid any, like blanchiment, laundry, all this stuff. So when they track all, they have all the bank accounts that they can track the funds, etc. They will know the origin of the funds. So also maybe when they see your bank account, I mean, they know about the existence of this bank account, and maybe you didn't declare all your revenue. They will make like reconciliation just between information, and they check if your situation is normal or no. So it's like European international think between banks, financial systems, to
Right.
avoid, I think, in my opinion, the laundry, le
Right.
blanchiment, and to track, like even for example, thirdly, like maybe in I don't know if you know, starting from 26, all small businesses in France will have to issue. They cannot work with normal invoices. We are